My dad was a Black Panther, but when Disney makes Black Panther, now when you look it up, you don't see my dad protecting his neighborhood. You see this character that's made for Black people to idolize, that was designed by a white person and put out by a white company. So it's controlling the narrative to say, we're going to show you Harriet Tubman, we're not going to show you Nat Turner. And they do it every chance they get. Maleficent, they called her race of people the Moors. And the Moors are, and I just saw it again, and I was just like, yo, if you erase our history, most Black people, we think we came from slaves, we don't know our bloodline, and we're given Black History Month, and we take that like it's some gift to us. No, it's a programming to us, because also what they show in Black History Month is us getting hosed down, reminding us that we were slaves. Like, what if we had, remember when I cheated on you month? Remember when you first found the text messages? How does that make you feel? It makes you feel depleted and defeated.
This has been the most non-Black History Month ever. I know some people have their grievances about Kanye and some of the stuff that he does and some of the stuff that he says, but this right here, in this clip, he's making a whole lot of sense. Now, I am appreciative of Black History Month and what it did for me as a child growing up, because it introduced me to things that I would have never known if we didn't have it. Like learning who Madam C.J. Walker is and how her legacy was and still is very important to Black girls across the nation. Learning about George Washington Carver, Ida B. Wells, Angela Davis, Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, like there's so many to name. So I am appreciative of this aspect of Black History Month and what it did for us as children. But now that I'm older, I kind of recognize the backhanded energy of the month. And what I mean by that is, you can't deem the shortest month as quote-unquote credit to a group of people who built this country with their hard work and labor and receive no pay and no reparations from it. Well, not yet at least. It's backhanded because it sort of isolates and degrades the role that Black people willingly and unwillingly played in the birth of the United States of America. Now, some people view Black History Month as a time to celebrate our ancestors in order to make up for the times we don't get to during the rest of the year. Like for some, the month of February is the only month that is acceptable to fully be themselves and not have to code switch, to not have to appease to the standards emphasized by white supremacy. Now, it's not that I don't support that, because I do. The only thing I don't understand and can't agree with is not feeling free enough to be who you are unapologetically, to love the people who look like you, and to love your culture. A philosopher who goes by the name of Justin Blues stated, "Black history isn't a real thing, it's just history. Putting Black in front implies that actions and achievements of Black people haven't/don't contribute to the greater history of the universe, as if it's just its own section and global events don't impact one another." When a white man accomplishes something, they simply call it history. They don't seclude it to a corner and act as if it doesn't impact other things, nor do they act as if it won't be built upon by other groups of people. The impact of events can't just be sectioned off by race. This is not to say that we shouldn't be intentional of acknowledging accomplishments contributed by Black people, though this is to say that those contributions should not be treated as if they're detached from impacting anything else. And I wholeheartedly agree. And because of this simple fact, there's so much that people don't know about the role quote-unquote African American people played into the evolution of this country. I'm talking big time. Like the creation of big corporations, cities, banks, music. There's so much that our ancestors still don't get credit for. So no, I don't think Black History Month should be disregarded as a whole, or that we shouldn't take the time to appreciate and honor the works of those who came before us, because we don't do that enough as it is. I just really don't like the backhanded, distasteful energy people give when it comes to being respectful to those who shed blood, sweat, and tears for them to be in the position that they're in right now. Like, I don't know if I'm tripping, but on a surface level, the idea is cute. But when it comes time to look beneath that surface, that's when it gets a little tricky. And instead of seeing things for what you want them to be, you start to see them for exactly what they are. Although our story began in a land of glory, it has never been a mystery that Black history is and always will be American history.